How do you get a call from someone at
A
SpaceX?
lot of it is on building surface area for luck, right? So a lot of this is a combination of luck, but also creating your own luck. So the SpaceX call happened because they found me because they had seen my video online about me talking about building flight systems in Myanmar. So they'd seen that video. That happened because I got really good at building flight systems and hotel systems, right? That happened because I'd run hotels for 12 years, but I was working in obscurity in a very like niche field for many years. And you just kind of dig at it and dig at it and dig at it. And everything that you do, if you stick with it long enough, you eventually like figure out the white space before anybody else does. It was definitely surface area. It's obviously opened up a lot of doors with airlines as well. Another example is we recently landed a really big customer in the Middle East in airline, and that happened because the incoming chief information officer was actually a former consulting client in Singapore. All these little moments that you have that you don't really think of suddenly like compound themselves over 5 or 10 years later, and that's where the magic happens. But it's this relentless, just concentration of surface area and surface area. I think going to SpaceX, and what most people don't realize is that it's actually open to the public nowadays. Going to SpaceX is actually one of the most inspirational things that you can ever do as a founder, as an entrepreneur. The moment that you get down there, you immediately see and feel that there's a different vibe there. Everybody is laser focused on this greater mission in life. I remember talking to the bus driver who was shuttling the SpaceX employees between the airport and the campus. And I said, "Oh, what do you do?" And even that person is like, "I help people get to Mars." Right? As you drive into SpaceX, and this is in the early days, you'll see cars on the side of the road just parked because there's this long road that gets to the Starbase launch facility, and essentially it's all these engineers that are just sleeping in their cars overnight because they're just exhausted from working there. Like in most companies, when you kind of talk about like, "Hey, can we do this thing?" You immediately get like the 10 reasons why you shouldn't do it.
Right.
There, you're sitting in the cafeteria and you're overhearing these like ridiculous conversations. There is nothing that you can tell them like, "Oh, hey, how do we send something to the sun or something?" And they immediately begin reverse engineering like first principles on the 10 things that they would have to disprove to get there. It's an insane place to be. It's one of the most inspirational places I've ever
Did
been.
that change your thinking about business building?
Yeah, the story I like to tell is, do you know who a guy named Roger Bannister is?
Is he a runner?
Yes.
The 4 Minute Mile guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So at the time, like nobody thought the 4 minute mile was possible.
Yeah.
Right. And then Roger Bannister obviously was the
Yeah.
first one to do it. That wasn't the interesting part of the story. The most interesting part of the story was that what happened after. Immediately after that, suddenly everybody started running the 4 minute mile. And even today, I think high school kids run the 4 minute mile. And essentially what you always want to be is you always want to surround yourself with people in situations that are the Rogers Bannisters of the world, right? Another example is my pre-seed investor who wrote my first check. I never thought that I could grow my startup as quickly as possible, right? But they push you on this thinking, and you start seeing other companies in the world in the cohort that start, pushing really amazing growth, and it actually opens up your mind into what's possible. Being a founder is surrounding yourself with people that can kind of break these imaginary ceilings on how you think about things.
Hey, if you enjoyed this quick clip, check out the full episode of Winning Friends linked below.